Good morning students, myself Snehashish Das, lecturer Department of Electrical Engineering TPL. Today we shall be going through various kinds of starters used in induction motor, both single phase and three phase. The name starter suggests an equipment that is designed to start a thing. For example, we have heard about 3-point and 4-point starter. Those were used to start DC motors, more specifically DC shunt motors. But one thing must be clear to us, that starter doesn't necessarily means it is just needed for starting. We already know that three-phase induction motors are self-starting in nature. So in that case we do not need an additional starter to start the same. But the main objective of the starter used here is to give two kinds of protection. First is overload protection or the overcurrent protection, and the second is under voltage protection, that is when the voltage will fall below the predetermined value, the motor needs to come to a rest. Same thing is applicable for whenever you are applying higher load or maybe there is some kind of short circuit. For that reason, the current drawn by the system has increased beyond the limit. In that case, you need to stop the motor once more so that the windings remain safe. We basically have three kinds of starters here. First is doll starter, which is very common. Most of you have already seen doll starter in your household premises. Second is star delta starter, and third is auto transformer starter. First of all, the doll starter is mainly for single phase induction motors, whereas star delta and auto transformer starters are meant for three phase induction motors. These are the circuit diagrams that have been drawn on the board. We will be first going through the doll starter, whose full form is direct online starter. We can see three phase supply coming, that is R, Y and D phase, radial and blue phase. There is a motor placed, a single phase motor or maybe a three phase motor. In this case it has been shown as a three phase motor. Same thing may be applicable for single phase motors also, doll starter. So since it is a three phase motor, that's the reason three phase supply is coming inside the motor. In the process of the connection, we are finding a lot of things that have been connected in between. First, we can see three separate fuses for each of the phase that will give a certain kind of protection. From the fuse, the supply are coming into the motor via isolation systems or contactors. There have been three contactors we can see. This is the first one, the second one and the third one. Additionally, there is one more contactor. Whose function is basically to keep the switch in on position. We will be going through that in detail. Anyways, we are finding one more coil there. The basic function of this coil is to be turned out to be an electromagnet whenever the current is flowing through it. This total setup is clamped mechanically with each other, and they are connected with a spring. The function of the spring is to keep this system attached towards the extreme right position. That means under normal condition, all these contactors will be open. The spring will pull it to the extreme right side so that all the contactors remains open. We are having a start switch. We are having a remote off switch, a general off switch. This start switch is a normally open contact. Excluding the start switch, all others are normally closed contact switches. So initially let us consider that the motor is not under the running condition, it is in the stationary condition. So the connection is as it has been drawn in the board, the same will be the connection. So whenever we will need to start the motor, we will be switching on this start contact, the start switch. Whenever we will be pressing this start switch S1, this contact will be closed. If this contact is closed, let us see what are the things that have been happening in the due course. If the S1 is closed, that means this total circuit that is coming from this red phase going through this coil, after that this S1 switch, this OLC switch, remote off switch and off switch, since all these switches are in normally closed position, that means all are closed, the current will be easily flowing across the yellow phase. That means from red and yellow phase, this connection was incomplete previously only due to this S1 switch was open. And since now this S1 switch is closed, now the current will be flowing through this coil C via the path R and Y, and as I have already shown, from red to the coil to S1 switch, through overload coil switch, remote off switch, and finally to the yellow phase. That means whenever I am closing the contact start switch, this coil gets energized. If this coil gets energized, that means it has been now converted to electromagnet. If this is converted to electromagnet, in that case, it will try to attract all the iron or magnetic material towards itself. Here, the structure that has been explained a few moments back, that structure was being pulled apart by the spring. But now since the electromagnet has been energized, so the strength of the electromagnet will supersede the strength of the spring. That means the electromagnet will have higher energy or higher force compared to the spring that was pulling it backwards. So now this contact will be attracted towards this coil, and this setup will move left hand side, causing all the contacts that were initially open to close. That means the B phase, Y phase and R phase, all the three phases will be closed now. So the motor will be getting connection and the motor will start rotating. Also, one more contact which I was previously telling, this contact will be closing with the one more contact that we can see is a parallel to the switch S1. This contact is a kind of parallel to the switch S1. So as the start switch which I have pressed previously, this switch will, the moment you will be pressing this switch, the system will turn on, the electromagnetic coil will be energized, and the motor will be start rotating. And whenever you will be leaving the start switch, the motor still continues to rotate, because if you leave the start switch will definitely move back to its original position, that is normally open position. But since a parallel path has been created, that is bypassing the switch S1, that is the reason this total structure will remain closed unless any other mishap happens. So the motor continuously starts rotating. Now in the case if overload arises, or if the motor begins drawing current more than its rated value, more than its predetermined value, that signifies the motor is undergoing some certain kind of abnormal condition. In that case, the motor needs to be stopped immediately. If the motor is drawing excessive current, this will cause the motor coils to burn out. For that reason, we need to stop that motor immediately. For that reason, we are having this overload coil. It is also kind of a sort of electromagnet which gets energized at a higher value of rated current. So when the OLC gets energized for the rated value, for the current value higher than the rated value, in that case the OLC will release automatically. This OLC, which was in the meantime in closed position, will now be open. And since the OLC opens, this electromagnet which was in series with the red and yellow phase winding is now getting an open path. So the current will stop flowing through this electromagnet. And if the current stops flowing through this electromagnet, the spring will now exert greater force compared to the electromagnet which is now disconnected. So this spring will pull back the contacts towards the right hand side once more, and the motor will be disconnected. This is the first case. Second, if one needs to operate this system from a very far end, suppose this motor is placed on a building which is being controlled from another building which has got some sort of distance. So in that case, we can have a remote switch or a remote operating switch which one personnel can operate by disconnecting quite same way as the OLC was operating. The major difference is that OLC will be detecting abnormality of current and it will be operated automatically. In this case, one personnel can manually disconnect this remote off switch. And if this remote off switch is disconnected or it is open, this total circuit again comes to a rest because the series continuity of current breaks down and the motor finally stops. One more switch is there, an off switch. when I want to switch off the motor intentionally, when there is no abnormality, there is no such cases of abnormal operations, but I need to stop my motor because my work has been accomplished, my objective has been accomplished. In that case, I can do what? I can press this off switch, which was initially in normally closed position, now it will be opened, and if I off this S2 switch, in that case once more the connection or the supply to the coil is hindered or it is stopped and the motor comes to a rest once again. The thing that I need to be noted here, that first of all, this motor, whenever we are starting it, there is no regulation of current initially. As we have already heard in case of DC motors and other kinds of motors, we need to have reduced value of current at the starting. Otherwise the motor may burn out due to high inrush current. In this case, there is no option for such. The motor, as soon as it is started, it is being started for the full rated value of current. Secondly, all these switches, they are all connected in series across the supply towards this coil. That means any single operation of this switch to open this circuit will result in disconnection of the electromagnet from the supply, and hence the motor will be stopped. Since the motor or the starter has got no starting limiting current, this type of starter is specifically applicable for approx 5 horsepower rating of motor. Beyond that, it is not safe to operate using those starter. So for that reason, we have other two options, that is start. Moving on towards the star delta starter, as the name suggests, first star, then delta. That means there must be a changeover from star connection to delta connection. We are familiar with star and delta connection. Star means we are having a fourth terminal, that is known as neutral, and in delta that neutral will be absent. Let us see how it operates. The motor has been placed here. In this case, you can see there are 3 plus 3, that is 6 terminals coming out of the motor. That means this motor has the option to change from star to delta or vice versa. That means you can connect the motor either in star or in delta. We have both the options. The supply is coming from an MCB. It is red, yellow and blue phase. From that MCB it is coming to a main contactor, which has been named as KM3. From main contactor, the supply, here we have renamed it as U1, V1 and W1. This supply is fed at the one end side of the coil at the 3-phase motor. Now we have to do something with the other 3 terminals of the motor. Either we have to convert it to star, we have to be converting into delta. We can see 2 separate type of connections can be made from that. One is delta, other is star. The supply that was going to the main contactor, from there the supply has been tapped out to one more set of contactors, 3 sets of contactors actually. That has been going to the 3-phase motor's other terminals, that is remaining 3 terminals. And we can see these 3 terminals at the same time are connected to a star connector, where you can see the other end of the connectors have been short circuited. So whenever you are starting the motor, initially the star connection is on. There are certain switch in between delta and star connection which will be switched on at a certain instant of time. That has been not shown in this figure. But there is a switch which will lead the motor to have 2-ended supply. One is from the main contactor and the other 3 terminals are taken outward and shorted via the star connection contactor, that is named as KM1. Since these 3 terminals are shorted across each other, so this connection seems like a star connection. 3 input side to the 3 terminals and other 3 have been shorted so that it forms a star connection. This will result in almost 1/3 starting current. As we know, in star connection, as the voltage is reduced to 1/3 of this value, so similarly the current will reduce proportionately and the motor will be getting initially 1/3 of its rated current. This 1/3 of this rated current that we are supplying to the motor will make the motor safe to operate during starting. As we know, during starting a huge inrush current is produced, that is normally about 5 to 6 times of the rated value. So this can be reduced by providing 1/3 of the rated current in the motor. As the motor operates, it starts rotating, and whenever it will reach approx 80% of its rated speed, in that case the switch that I was initially telling will disconnect the star connection and the motor will be shifted for the delta connection, and now the motor will be providing supply across the other 3 terminals, making the total circuit to be a delta. How can we confirm that? U1, V1, W1 are the 3 terminals and the other 3 are W1, V2 and U2. If we rename the coil as in delta, that is, let's say U1, U2, V1, V2 and W1, W2, we can manipulate or we can arrange these terminal names, and we can find that the delta connection have been achieved. When the delta connection is achieved, now the full rated current will be flowing through the motor. So in this case, the motor is protected from the inrush current initially, and when the motor reaches its full load speed or full speed, at that case rated current is flowing in the motor, and now the motor can operate safely. This type of starter is generally used for motor with higher horsepower rating above 5 HP. Normally, we can increase its rating further than 25 HP or even higher by using contactors of higher rating. Next, we will be moving to the auto transformer starter, that is the third type. This type of starter, that is star delta, was sufficient enough for running at higher value of horsepower or power rating. But the problem was, motor need to have essential 6 terminal outside of the motor. So in that case, it was a bit complicated to handle all those 6 terminals. If the motor is strictly having 3 terminals, in that case we can have auto transformer starter. In due course, we shall learn that auto transformer starters are a bit more efficient compared to star delta one. In this case, what happens? The 3-phase supply is given into a auto transformer. The output of this auto transformer are fed into this motor. The motor also has 3 parallel options across the auto transformer, which will be shorted in due course of time. You can see. Initially, whenever we are giving supply, red, yellow, blue, for that case we are having 3 sets of windings that is leading to the 3-phase auto transformer, and the tapping from the auto transformer is going to the motor. The tapping from the auto transformer is providing the supply to the motor. So what we can do, we can gradually increase the supply voltage across the motor. This will result in reduced current, and the current will be slightly gradually increased towards the rated value. The motor will speed up in due course, and as the motor reaches about 75 to 85% of its rated speed, this changeover switch will be shifted downwards. If those changeover switches are shifted downwards, in that case we can see the windings of the auto transformer are completely detached, and the supply is going directly to the motor now. That means motor is now getting the full rated current. So initially the motor was given a reduced supply with reduced current, and when the motor have achieved its full speed, now the full load current is being passed across the motor. So in this case, motor will be protected from the high inrush current initially, and the motor will continue to operate. This type of starters are used for, as I have already told, for higher rating of motor. Auto transformer starters are normally used beyond 25 to 30 horsepower rating of motor, because auto transformer arrangement is a bit costly. For that reason, unless the motor is going to provide a higher load torque, so this type of transformer starter will not be economical. So to make this auto transformer economical and effective one, we can connect it across the motor which are having higher horsepower value. Thank you everyone.